Hey Werner. Oh, hey guys, what's up? Sorry, am I interrupting a video here? I said, hey Werner. Oh, hey, what's up, other Werner? I'll just get out of shot. Sorry, excuse me. You're doing the video? Nah, I'm about to. It's cool. Yeah, nothing but a G thing, huh? No, nope. Give me a break. That's totally nothing but a G thing. No, I'm not even sure what you're referring to. Which song is that? This is something different. Well, no, I could just hear you like singing it. Dude, that's it. You're doing the bass line. You're doing the high pitch thing. That's nothing but a G thing. Baby. Give me a break. That's totally Snoop's line. I see the Chronic case right there next to you. Oh, this? Well, the Chronic was a popular album, man. I mean, just a coincidence. It's probably cases of the Chronic lying around all over the place, you know? The big multi-billion seller. Oh, come on, dude. You're confused. That's definitely nothing but a G thing. I know my classics. No, it's really not. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but the record I'm listening to is Nothing But a Bass Thing by the Truck Stop Crew. Okay, Nothing But a Bass Thing obviously is an answer record to Dr. Dre and Snoop's Nothing But a G Thing. This is, after all, day 4 of Answer Record Week here at Werner Von Wallenrod's. And this came out in 1993 on Pandisc Records. Pandisc Records is known for being sort of a big Miami-based records. Certainly Young and Restless were always on this label. They're best known for that, probably. And this is, just like the title and the label suggest, obviously a Miami-based record, a Miami-based twist on Nothing But a G Thing. You probably think, just from seeing it and hearing it, that this is just one of those no-frills, sort of generic, some no-name producer just kind of took the basic instrumental to Nothing But a G Thing, added some bass, and called Nothing But a Bass Thing. It's just a generic instrumental piece of, cheap junk, because there are, frankly, a lot of Miami-based records kind of like that. But no, this is actually a pretty legit record. And the Truck Stop Crew is a legit group that had a record out before this in 1992. And it's really sort of a rap group under the wing and tutelage of a pretty famous DJ named DJ Rocket Rod. Rocket Rod seems to be pretty well known in Florida, in part because he's sort of a precursor, his mixtapes, to sort of the chopped and screwed kind of sound, just the idea of slowing stuff down to mix it together. I mean, certainly even playing with the tempos of songs for mixtapes came even before Rocket Rod. I mean, I can think of DJ Battery Brain doing it in the 80s, although he tended to speed up as opposed to slow down. But he, sort of really was kind of doing that before it really became a thing and Chopped and Screwed became a thing. So that's one thing he was really kind of known for. And another thing he was known for was doing the Truck Stop Crew. Again, they had a couple records out. This is their second one. There's several members, but how much all of them really got on or had a chance to shine on wax varies. This particular song features 2 MCs to naturally match Nothing But a G Thing, which famously had 2 MCs, Snoop and Dre. This has MCs rather blandly named MCs Bob and MC John. And they definitely are doing, it's all about being from Florida, just like Nothing But a G Thing, lots of references to being from Compton. They just kind of flip it to being from Florida, and they're sort of bigging up themselves, bigging up the crew. Nothing really spectacular. They're definitely not dissing Dre and Snoop or anything like that. They even shout them out at the end. But definitely, if you pay attention to the lyrics, you'll hear a lot of direct references lyrically to Nothing But a G Thing. So they're not just using the instrumental. They're definitely taking lines and styles of delivery and just sort of repurposing them for their own song. Now, there's a couple mixes on here, but there's really basically just 2 and an instrumental. You got your main version, and then the bass mix, which really isn't very different, except there's even more additional bass. Anyway, another name you'll notice on this label that's pretty recognizable is MC Nas D. He's here as an executive producer or co-producer or something like that. But he's a pretty legit artist. He had a couple albums out by himself. He did a bunch of stuff with like Clay D and all. I think he's come up in my blog once or twice before. He did this record. He also did another song with Rocket Rod later, after the Truck Stop Crew. They did a record in the late 90s with a guy named Tampa Tony. The song's called The Choo Choo. And you might sound now you're just kind of, pulling names out of your ass and kind of, who are these Miami guys? But actually, Tampa Tony was a pretty legit artist. He had a record out with Trick Daddy and stuff like that. He's no longer on the scene because he's actually doing a lot of time. But he had some pretty big records out for a little while. Not huge records, but decent records. And the particular record that they all did together, Choo Choo, is actually an answer record too. It's a sort of a play on Luke's Scarred. They use the exact same break. They do chop it up a little bit different, like there's some cutting and stuff, but essentially it's definitely recognizably Scarred. It's not like, oh, they just coincidentally sampled the same record like you get a lot in hip-hop. They're definitely doing Scarred, and they have moments like that they imitate the chorus of Scarred and stuff like that. So it's definitely playing on Scarred by, Luke, Verb, and Trick Daddy. So anyway, it's just kind of interesting that Rocket Rod is actually connected to 2 Answer records. But today we're talking about Nothing But a Bass Thing. Another interesting element about this record is that during the hook, they use a lot of the hey ho from Naughty by Nature's Hip Hop Hooray. I don't know if they're actually sampling it. I think they're just kind of doing it themselves, but they're definitely doing it deliberately 100% in that style. They are doing Naughty by Nature's hey ho. And they kind of flip that into the instrumental. And it actually sounds very natural. Like, it almost made me question, like, I'm listening to this for the first time, like, did Dr. Dre have that in his version? Did he sample Naughty by Nature? But no, he doesn't. It's unique to this one. It just sounds very right, actually. It's a pretty cool addition. If you look close at the label, you see another name here, too. TP, T-E-E-P-E-E, who they credit with the concept of the song, Nothing But a Bass Thing. And I think he's also another member of the Truck Stop Crew. So this was actually the last record for the Truck Stop Crew. And while Rocket Rod is pretty known in Florida, I don't know if he ever really kind of broke out of the state, internationally. I mean, somewhat, but he's certainly not a known name. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video aren't going like, oh yeah, of course, Rocket Rod. But he's even still working today. Like, I think if you check rocketrod.com, that's a working website, for his DJing services and stuff like that. And I think he has a YouTube channel and all that. So he's out there and he's still doing it all these years later. As for the rest of the Truck Stop Crew, probably not so much. But actually, when you listen to this, they're not so bad. I mean, for somebody who's just named like MC John or something, your expectations are probably down at the floor. Especially then when it's also an Answer record that's just sort of playing up to a much bigger record than sort of an obscure Miami bass record. You got to think like, what kind of garbage? But actually, I mean, well, partially they're clearly just doing the style and the delivery of Dre and Snoop, although they don't imitate Dre and Snoop. One guy's not doing the, deep, serious Dre voice, and somebody else isn't doing the smooth, calm, Snoop style or anything like that. They're not doing impersonations, but just a lot of those, particularly from the song Nothing But a G Thing, they're taking a lot from it. So if you listen past that, I mean, these MCs do sound pretty credible, on the mic for themselves. But let's face it, if you're listening to Nothing But a Bass Thing, you're listening to it as essentially a novelty record, a spin on Nothing But a G Thing, and that's really what it is. And it's meant very light and fun and just sort of bigging up Florida. It's not meant to be a serious anything. So let's just hear a clip now. I'll play a little bit of Nothing But a G Thing just so you can really get into your head, and then we'll play Nothing But a Bass Thing. This was Answer Record Week Day 4 at Werner Von Long Rods. Stay tuned soon for Day 5.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop, Doggy Dogg, and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up, cause you know we're about to rip shit up. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Too low out niggas, so we're crazy. Death Row is the label that pays me. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake this.
Yo, Truck Stop at you again. John and Bob in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna do the bass thing like this, you know what I'm saying?
Kick it, John.
The B, the A, along with the double S. What am I about to do? Well, I think that you can guess. Already dropping a boom, and you know that it's basing. Brothers around the world, get back in your place and chill while I get ill on this piece of steel. Tampa Bay and Detroit together, you know it's for real. Cause ain't nothing but a bass thing, baby. For the brothers who are kicking it crazy, and for the ladies who are wearing them daisies. Come and see me, you're looking kinda tasty. Back to the flow of things, I can't let go of things, cause I got so much more to bring. Sticking and kicking and thumping and bumping the bass, while you were in and out of style, like a fat shoelace. We've done so many jams for the dance floor, people really forgot that for years we used to kick it hardcore. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same, but with a little bit more. That bass thing booming in the back of your trunk with more funk than 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 skunks. The sound of the drop is so strong as we kick the song with the bass to the boom and the boom to bass, with the boom to the bass and the bass to boom, with the bass kick it all in the face. Yo, Bob, get on the mic and give them a taste.
Yeah, and it don't quit. I think they in the mood for some motherfucking G shit.
Yeah.
So Dre,
What up, dog?
gotta give them what they want.
What's that, G?
We gotta break them off something.
Hell yeah.
And it's gotta be thumping, city of Compton.
Cause he's one of the hometown boys, making lots of noise. So Bob,
Yeah, what up, John?
we got to let the people know.
Let them know what?
The bass is solid as a quarter.
Is it really that hard?
Make them run to the border. Stay on.